Hello and welcome to my review of World of Tanks for the 360. With an extremely large and active community of players, it's safe to say World of Tanks has carved a significant niche for itself within the MMO gaming market. With all of this success, World of Tanks has relaunched on the Xbox 360 to take a shot at the console gaming market. But has it been a hit or a miss? The first thing you'll notice when you pick up the game is that the controls feel right for each tank type. I never once wished for a mouse and keyboard, as I rolled along scanning the horizon with one analog stick and maneuvering the terrain with the other. If I didn't know better, I wouldn't have thought the game was ported at all. There are a wide range of choices when it comes to tank selection and playstyle. If you look beyond the tiered tank leveling system and the 3 different nations and their tanks to choose from, and even the customization present for each individual tank, you still have a game where tank warfare has been elegantly broken into a class-based system with 5 unique options. Considering vehicles are often relegated to support roles or less in most shooters, the amount of depth possible is rather impressive. If you're the kind of player who mainly drives tanks in Battlefield, this really is the game for you. The first type is the light tank, which excels at scouting and overtaking support. They provide the best maneuverability of any tank class, which allows them to perform flanking maneuvers and quick retreats. Their lack of armor can often lead to quick deaths, but they perform well within their given role. Medium tanks have a balance of power and maneuverability, allowing them to adapt to battle conditions. They might not move as fast as the light tanks, but they have more armor and often pack a much bigger punch. You can usually find them forming the front line in assault groups. This usually leads to them getting wiped out at the start of the match. When using a medium tank, it's important to remember that you don't particularly excel at anything. In some matchups you will be hopelessly outgunned, and in others you can afford to be aggressive. Using a medium tank effectively will require you to adjust your playstyle for every given battle. Heavy tanks, with their unrivaled defense and power, are perfect for assault and late-game cleanup. When manning a heavy tank, you can throw caution to the wind and hit targets head-on. Why bother flanking when you're so well armored? Even with all that armor, you can still be taken out by support tanks. It's important to keep on the move, even if you do have the top speed of a tractor. Then there are the support classes, which have a very different playstyle. Tank destroyers are the snipers of the game, all power and no defense. They are best used when stationary, up on a ridge or behind a nice shrub, waiting for a target to be spotted for them. Don't be afraid to stay put for the entire match, as a single errant shot could take you out. Repositioning should only be done if it's completely necessary. And finally there is artillery, which provides the best support, but is the most vulnerable when facing one-on-one combat. Artillery rely almost completely on spotters, but they can accurately hit targets over a great distance. If you use slow-moving tanks, you will quickly grow to hate artillery. Each tank has a role in combat, and knowing this role is necessary to victory. Going against the grain and using your tank for a role it's not suited for is a recipe for frustration. This can at times lead to some tedious grinding, as you have to level up a tank you're not well suited for in order to get at the one you want. But patience will eventually pay off, as yesterday's loser leads to tomorrow's badass. Which will also be taken out by random artillery shots, hidden tank destroyers, and poor decisions on your part. The game is as cruel as it is fair, and no tank is really safe on the battlefield. Part of utilizing your tank depends greatly on understanding your armor. Having more health is nowhere near as important as good positioning when in a one-on-one engagement. Different tanks will have different armor thickness in different areas, and you will have to learn where to best position your tank to promote ricochets. With experience, you will find a variety of strategies for your specific playstyles, each one suited to unique tanks and combat scenarios. This combination of simplicity and depth is why the game is so easy to pick up and yet so hard to put back down. I have thoroughly enjoyed World of Tanks. For a game with such a simple premise, it delivers a surprising amount of diversity and customization. The combat is fun and fluid, and the differences between the free-to-play experience and the premium one are minute, allowing for a decision based more on one's fondness for the game, and less on overpowering premium content. For what it is, World of Tanks is superb. Its only real downside is the lack of combat modes and the ever-present grind. However, given the promised experience, anyone expecting anything different is playing the wrong game. As a rating, I would give World of Tanks an 8 out of 10, and I would advise anyone with a 360 to go give it a shot. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to rate and subscribe. And for more gaming content and information on upcoming videos, visit the Media Brunch website. The link is in the description below.